32-year-old Simon Pagenaud has led the INDYCAR points race for nearly the entire season.
A second place at St. Pete, a second place at Phoenix, a hat-trick cinch, Long Beach, Barber, now the Indianapolis Grand Prix. The winner, Simon Pagenaud, here in 2016.
The Frenchman first made a name for himself by winning the Atlantic Series Championship 10 years ago.
For me, that year in '06, it was either I won or I go back home and do another job. So for me, it was a do-or-die situation. I knew that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So if it didn't work, going back to my hometown and working with my dad, he would not like to hear this, but that's not what I wanted to do.
He won the championship and took the $2 million scholarship to Champ Car, where his teammate was Will Power.
It was a great year for me personally, and Simon was a really good, tough teammate. Really, it's important to have someone who pushes you along, and he certainly did that. And I think between us, we really got the most out of that team.
A decade later, and the two are teammates again, battling for the Verizon INDYCAR Series Championship with just one race left.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I like him. He's a fierce competitor and he wants to win.
For me, it's been fun to battle with him, with the same cars, same team. At the end of the day, the best guy is going to win, and that's going to be fun to see.
INDYCAR's championship week began on San Francisco's famed Fisherman's Wharf. Team Penske teammates, title competitors Simon Pagenaud and Will Power raced to Pier 39 to promote the season finale.
I think INDYCAR put the pedal to the metal this weekend with this awesome show, and thanks to San Francisco City for allowing us to do this. Just super excited to see the enthusiasm and just to be one of those drivers to be battling for the championship.
Simon Pagenaud's season began with second-place finishes at St. Pete and Phoenix before winning 3 straight races.
Simon Pagenaud trying to hold on. Pagenaud's going to win at Long Beach.
Twin checkers are out. Back-to-back wins for Simon Pagenaud.
The third running of the Angie's List Grand Prix goes to Simon Pagenaud. Wins it.
Hey, bud, for the third time, you're the man.
And after 5 races, he was already leading the championship by 76 points.
I'm not going to lie here, I was on cloud 9. I was like, wow, okay, here we go. We found the magic formula. This is great. This is the way it should be.
Meanwhile, it was a rough start of the season for Will Power. He won the pole at St. Pete, but was forced to miss the race due to a medical condition.
For me, the season started off very, very slowly. I wasn't fit, because I just couldn't work out in the off season because I wasn't feeling good. And, I just wasn't feeling good at the races either. But I just kept kind of chipping away with my wife really helping me. And it's really come together at the end of the season.
So checkered flag, his 26th career win. Will Power wins it in Detroit.
Once down by 137 points, Power used a 6-race stretch of 3 wins and 3 second-place finishes to get back into title contention.
The Cola Grand Prix is won by Will Power for Team Penske, Detroit, and now Road America.
And now trails Pagenaud by just 43 points going into the season finale at Sonoma.
I have battled with a teammate pretty much the last 3 years. It's Bizelio in 14, won in 15 to some extent. And then obviously, Simon, which it's a pretty tight battle right here. You just got to put your head down, do your work.
Whatever he does has got nothing to do with me. I can only focus on me and myself, like I've done for the whole season.
Their friendship was tested in 2014 before Simon joined Team Penske, when they got together in turn 6 at Long Beach.
No, we got a problem. Simon Pagenaud got clipped from behind.
I'd say no, I'm staying out.
Here's the reason he's backwards.
Chrome horn.
I feel bad. I mean, man, I don't like to be raced like that. And I'm surprised I didn't get a penalty, but yeah, I honestly thought he had a flat tire or something because he was really slow, and I didn't understand why. I just thought he had a problem, but yeah, my bad.
He seemed quite angry. Did he not want to hear of your apology?
Well, he should be angry. Man, I'd be the same.
What happened in the incident? You guys are former teammates and fairly good friends.
We were very good friends until now, I guess. You know, we won't be going on vacation together, I guess.
That's part of racing. The emotions go up and down. It's pretty much a roller coaster life. So it was one of these days, you know, he took me out that day, so obviously I was upset. And it's okay to be upset sometimes. I was racing in Europe and I've gone through the ladder. I finished second in the European Championship. Then Formula One seemed like it was a roadblock for me. I didn't have connections, relationships. So I looked at Japan, I looked at the US, and in the US, Champ Car Atlantic offered a $2 million prize money for the winner. So I took my chance, and it was the American dream.
Simon Pagenaud came to America in 2006 with enough funding to race for one season. He had to win the championship or go home.
Mentally, it was very, very difficult. A whole year of a lot of stress. I mean, I knew that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So, if it didn't work, going back to my hometown and working with my dad, he would not like to hear this. But that's not what I wanted to do.
And Simon Pagenaud will add to his championship lead here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, with his first win of 2006.
Really, it came down to Simon and I, you know, and it was just a hard-fought battle and went down to the last race in Road America. We had won a lot of races that year, you know, and Simon hadn't won clear, you know, as much, but he was a guy who was just dead consistent. He kind of showed you what a champion should be, as just a top 5 finisher all the time.
Another familiar face that year was James Hinchcliffe, who wasn't a factor in the championship, but played a part in the season finale.
Simon and I had some good battles in 06. Obviously, you know, he won the championship, we did not. But Road America, I remember, I didn't even need to see the video to remember. I still think that he broke too early. As my personal, I was not expecting him to break that early. You know, he could have moved over to the outside and had the good line, and it is what it is. It was a racing deal, and I felt terrible, obviously. I never liked taking another guy like that. And, you know, especially in the last race when the championship's on the line.
Hinch, yeah, I guess he misjudged his braking there, but luckily it was after I clinched the championship already, so thankfully.
He got taken out, so I thought we were in a great place, and my stuck throttle switch broke on pace lap, so unfortunately we didn't finish either, and I think he won by only a couple of points.
Simon took his scholarship money to Champ Car in 2007, teaming with Will Power.
Simon was a really good, tough teammate. Yeah, really, it's important to have someone who pushes you along, and he certainly did that. And I think between us, we really got the most out of that team. I think Derek Walker did a great job of running the team with the budget we had, and we were often running at the very front.
But when Champ Car folded after the season, Simon was left without a ride.
I was not known in INDYCAR series, which was a big problem. I didn't have enough connection there. Nobody really knew what I could do. And I was young. I mean, I only did 1 year in Champ Car. Didn't win a race yet, so my name was still young. I didn't prove myself.
Simon moved on to drive sports cars and won another championship. Then in 2011, got the chance to return to INDYCAR thanks to his former teammate.
Will actually helped me to get a ride at Dry Rainbow to replace Anna Beatrice, who injured herself at the opener in St. Petersburg in 2011. So Dry Rainbow offered me a ride at Barber to replace her. And didn't know the track, didn't know the cars. I just showed up on Wednesday.
Race fans, please welcome Simon Pagenaud!
His 8th place finish impressed Sam Schmidt. who picked him up for a few races that year before signing him full-time for the 2012 IndyCar season.
I look back to those 3 years with Sam Schmidt as an incredible time with the team. The crew was unchanged for 3 years, and these guys were similar to the 22 guys right now. They were, behind me 100%. They would give me every minute of every day for success.
After 4 wins, 3 top 5 championship runs, Simon moved on to Team Penske after the 2014 season, achieving his lifelong dream.
As a driver, you have to believe, and I think that's why some of us look like we're arrogant persons. Because if you don't believe in yourself deep inside, there's no way you can be within these 22 guys and beat them on every weekend. I always thought it was possible. It was just a matter of when, and having the right relationship, and to meet Roger and have him love you. I think that's why I always wear slacks. Even when I was at Schmidt, I always wanted him to look at me like I could be a Penske potential.
The fact that he wore black pants is pretty good because, as you know, that's our uniform. It's white shirts and black pants. But I guess if he had red pants, we'd have still hired him.
Congratulations to Sam Schmidt and to a first-time winner in the IndyCar Series, Simon Pagenaud.
After 3 successful years with Schmidt-Peterson Motorsports, Simon Pagenaud's contract was up after the 2014 season.
Obviously, it was a great time with Sam and Rick Peterson as well, and Davey Hamilton was a big part of it, with HP. And my dream has always been to drive for Team Penske. So when the offer came on the table, and it was a really great offer, it was very hard to say no and really hard not to just jump on the opportunity.
Roger Penske surprised the IndyCar paddock with a signing. Not because Simon wasn't qualified, but it made Team Penske a 4-car operation for the first time in history.
Simon was one of the young stars coming up, and Tim Cedric and I decided if he's available, we're going to make it happen. And obviously his experience in long-distance racing with Peugeot and Le Mans and Sebring, and also what he had done already in IndyCar. And Gilles de Ferran really was the one that said, you got to watch this guy, and I think we made a great pick.
A lot of people hated me for doing it, but because I was the dark horse and people like that. But in a career, you got to look at the future and what you want for your future and the dream you want accomplish. And my dream was to drive for Team Penske. It's that simple.
But Simon struggled in his first year with Team Penske, winless with just 2 podium finishes and 11th in the championship race.
I think it was absolutely normal what happened. They've never fielded 4 cars, so they had to bring new people on board, take out the people from other cars, build this new team, and expect that new team to perform at this level was not realistic. It's just not possible.
The first year when you start in the team, you're nervous, you don't know what's going to happen, and all of a sudden it didn't go the way you think, you imagine. And now this year, it's going the way we always thought it would be. And I tell you, he's making a lot of people happy in Team Penske.
Also moving to Team Penske last year was engineer Ben Bretzman, who's worked with Simon since 2010.
The car actually looked good there. He looked more in control actually on scuffed tires.
We have the same passion for racing. He loves winning, he loves winning, and he finds a lot of motivation out of performance. And because he's always positive, there was always a silver lining.
We work really well together because he explains what's going on with the race car, what he feels he needs out of the race car, and I trust what he says. I listen to what he says.
What do you think? Leave it as it is? See what we can do on the shift.
You have to get the most out of your race car driver. He's the most important tool in the race car. So, number one thing is giving your race car driver confidence. And so myself, in my position as a race engineer, I have that direct relationship with the driver. I have to make sure his confidence in what I'm doing and what the team's doing is everything built around him. And he can go out and just push as hard as he can.
And while Simon and Will battle for the championship on the track, the Team Penske teammates continue to prepare together off of it.
We debrief all together, 4 drivers in the engineering office. That's the way the team wants it. It's very open. You know, the engineers, we face each other, so you know, everyone can hear exactly what's going on, and that doesn't change in any situation. There's never an instance where someone can go off and do their own private thing, and that's the way Roger wants it. You know, so the information's open, it's all there. You know, and I think that is what's made this team so strong this year, is you know, teammates pushing each other to that next level.
And at Sonoma, the teammates pushed each other in qualifying too, filling the top 4 spots, including Pagenaud, who needed a last-second hot lap to win his 7th pole of the season.
Can he steal this pole position and the bonus point to go 44 points ahead of Will Power?
He gained a 10th in the hairpin, and that looked really solid through the chicane. Simon Pagenaud could get pole with this lap.
He's going to get it. He has! Simon Pagenaud to the top! That is the way you win a championship right there.
The car was phenomenal. I can't thank enough the whole team. 7th pole this season, it's a dream. So I'm just driving really well, having a really good time, and I love these pressure moments. I really enjoy it.
Wonderful crowd filing into this beautiful facility as we prepare to crown a champion for 2016 in the Verizon IndyCar Series.
In the final race, there needs to be a good balance with all competitors, understanding their individual race goals, but also understanding that the 12 and 22 are the only 2 eligible for the championship at the end of the day today. Either Simon or Will be a deserving champion. Let's have a great race today. And let's head into the off-season on a high note and celebrate our champion.
Remember the big picture in the championship, folks. If Simon Pagenaud finishes in the top 5, doesn't matter where Power finishes, championship is going Pagenaud's way.
I'm just going to do exactly what I've been doing. I'm going to race for myself. Can't rely on my 22 team. It's been a tremendous whole season, and just go as hard as I can.
As the Team Penske drivers prepare for the race, one final message between championship contenders.
He's your points leader going into the final race of the season. He's on the pole. Race fans, here's Simon Pagenaud!
There is a sense of anticipation here in the Pagenaud camp where he has surrounded himself by friends and family. Both his mother and father are here, and his sister flew in for a surprise visit along with friends, and of course his girlfriend Haley and their family. They all want to be here and witness firsthand what they think is going to be a breakthrough championship for Simon.
We're in for a doozy. 85 laps to crown a champion here in the Verizon IndyCar Series.
One last time in 2016, round 16 in Sonoma Raceway. It's time to bring the action.
Green, green, we are green.
Green flag is out. Simon Pagenaud grabs the advantage into turn number 1.
Pagenaud got that jump that he needed, works his way up now through turn number 2.
The one that's breathing the greatest sigh of relief is Simon Pagenaud. That's the start he needed. Clean. Look at the gap he's going to build now on Castroneves if he can.
Castroneves is saying, I don't want him to get away.
I think he was going for the win at the end of the day. That's all he cares about. So he's going to run. He wants to run hard all day.
Pagenaud got the clean start he needed and led his teammates through the first part of the race. Helio Castroneves was second, Will Power third, until he made his first pit stop on lap 15.
Will Power was really hoping for easy ends, but they had to go around Sebastian Bourdais. That time, Montoya is going to try to beat Power out, but Power will keep that position as they go back up the hill.
So now we wait for the top 2 in the race. Simon Pagenaud, Helio Castroneves. What will they do? When will they come in?
Okay, we'll pit on this next lap. Give me a good in lap here.
Thanks to his pole win the day before, Simon is all alone out front.
Wide open here.
And pits on the next lap.
As Simon Pagenaud hits his marks, again, those outlet reds come on, sticker flags go on, air pressure adjustment, 7-second stop for Simon Pagenaud.
After the first round of pit stops, Simon continues to lead the race, but his teammate is on the move.
Will Power coming up the hill now. Power might get a position.
Power does. Rounds up Helio Castroneves. So Power on the attack and on the move.
He did what we thought. We pitted the next lap. We're good here. Just good, consistent laps.
right now, if you're Will Power, it's what do I need to do corner to corner, apex to apex, to make the pace happen and close the gap.
And go for the win. It's as simple as that. Power must win to stand any chance.
Gap is 13 seconds.
By lap 35, Simon's lead had grown. But all of a sudden, there was a problem on the track.
They're going to emergency mode on the 12 car.
He's slow, very slow. He's pulling off. Car's stopping.
Will Power is out of power. That car has slowed at the exit of turn number 7.
Fell with something. No, yeah, it's showing first, it's not off. Still running, it's showing anti-stall, full clutch.
Wow, can you believe what we're seeing here in Sonoma? 2 to fight it out for the championship, and there one sits.
And that's all but going to decide the championship.
An electrical problem caused Will's clutch to fail, which cost him any chance at the title.
When you're fighting for a championship, you just want a chance, and that has been taken away from Will Power.
Simon continued his domination and held off Graham Rahal to win the race and his first IndyCar championship.
Simon Pagenaud is the 2016 Verizon IndyCar Series champion.
Okay, good job there, Simon. Checkered flag, winner and champion. Great job.
Oh, look at this. This is a special moment. Roger Penske showed the faith. Simon Pagenaud delivered.
Simon Pagenaud became the 9th different driver to win an open-wheel championship for Roger Penske in his 50th year of racing.
He's really a student of the game. He studies it. He's certainly one that's committed. He's done a great job helping us get sponsors and retain sponsors that we had. So he's a great driver. He understands communication with his engineer. Commercially, he's savvy, and he gets the job done. So at the end of the day, how can you ask for anything more?
Oh, you put your head out of me, dude. Congrats.
I know. 10 years after winning the Atlantic Series championship, 5 years after being a fill-in driver, Simon Pagenaud reached open-wheel racing's mountaintop, champion of the Verizon IndyCar Series.
It means the world to me. This is my whole career coming to a point. You know, I've been working for this my whole life. This was my dream. My biggest dream was to win this championship and drive for Team Penske, and now a championship. So it's incredible.